जीवेरा करा
Nadiya Guru Nityananda Mahajan
श्री राधा पारिसीश्वरा की जय, श्री चिंता सचिता की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुब्रह्मण्यम की जय, श्री प्रभात की जय। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद,
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 श्री अद्वैत चंद्र गौरा भक्त वृंद,
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंद,
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंद,
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरा भक्त वृंद,
श्रीमंत गोकुलदास हरिहरानंद,
श्रीमंत गोकुलदास हरिहरानंद,
श्रीमंत गोकुलदास हरिहरानंद,
श्रीमंत गोकुलदास हरिहरानंद,
शिवाय नंदाय अवधू परमानंद,
शिवाय नंदाय अवधूत परमानंद,
शिवाय नंदाय अवधू परमानंद।
शिवाय नंदाय अवधूत परमानंद।
So we are going to discuss from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi-Lila, 11th chapter, 49 and 50th text. This is the 49th. I'll read the translation and then we'll proceed for 50th. Srimanta was the 45th and Gokul Das was 46th. Hariharananda, the 47th. Sivai, the 48th. Nandai, the 49th, and Paramananda, the 50th. So here they are describing the branches of Chaitanya tree. First they describe all the important, like when we say Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. All the devotees of Lord, we praise all the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in the previous chapter, in the 10th chapter, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami described, like he is describing as if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a tree. So there are so many branches, and all these branches are like his devotees. His devotees are his branches. So that's the function of the branches, like right? Like you can, what the main tree do, or main tree get the things done through his branches. All the fruits, flowers, oxygen, making and everything is done by the branches, isn't it? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also fulfilled his mission through his devotees. So in the previous chapter, it was described all the branches of Chaitanya tree. Now they are describing, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami is describing the branches of Nityananda tree, like all the devotees of Nityananda Prabhu. So that's how you will read that. It's 45th branch is Srimanta, Gokuldas is the 46th branch, Hariharananda is 47th, like that. Vasanta Navini Hoda Gokul Sanata Gopal Sanatana. Vasanta Navani Hoda Gopal Sanatana. Krishna Iha Jara Krishna Nanda Sulachana. Vasanta Navani Hoda Gopal Sanatana. Krishna Iha
Vasantanavani Hoda Gopala Sanatana.
Vasantanavani Hoda Gopala Sanatana.
Krishna Hare Jana Krishna Nanda Sulochana.
Krishna Hare
Vasantanavani Hoda Gopala Sanatana.
Vasantanavani Hoda Gopala Sanatana.
Krishna Hare Krishna Nanda Sulochana.
Krishna Hare Krishna Nanda Sulochana. Vasantanavani Hoda Gopala Sanatana. Krishna Hare Krishna Nanda Sulochana. Word meaning Vasanta, Vasanta. Navani Hoda, Navani Hoda. Gopala, Gopala. Sanatana, Sanatana. Vishnai Hajara, Vishnai Hajara. Krishnananda, Krishnananda. Sulochan, Sulochan. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Shilopad ki. Vasanta was 51st, Navani Hoda was 52nd, Gopal the 53rd, Sanatan the 54th, Vishnai the 55th, Krishnananda the 56th, and Sulochan the 57th branches of Nityanand tree. Purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Shilopad ki. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhashya, Navani Hoda appears to have been the same person as Hoda Krishnadas, the son of king of Badagachi. His father's name was Hari Hoda. One can visit Badagachi by taking Lala Gola Ghat railway line. Formerly the Ganges flowed by Badagachi, but now it has become a canal known as Kalishira Khal near the Mudagacha station in a village known as Shaligram, in which King Krishnadas arranged for the marriage of Sri Nityanand Prabhu as described in Sri Bhakti Ratnakar, 12th Ved. It is sometimes said that Navani Hoda was the son of Raja Krishnadas. His descendants still live in Rukunapura, a village near Bahirgachi. They belong to Dakshina Radhiye Kayast community, but having been reformed as Brahmanas, they still initiate all classes of men. Om Ajnanatamidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Thapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Savadetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Kavita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Rupika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine. Karoti Vachalam Pangam Lagayate Girim Yatkripa Tadaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatharanam. Hare Krishna. So before I start, I would like to again beg your mercy, especially today, because Never in my life I sat on Vyasasana this much unprepared. Sorry?
You are not on the assassin.
No, it is Vyasasana.
Okay.
One who represents Vyasadev is sitting on Vyasasana.
Okay.
So when you speak to somebody also, when you preach also, even if you are not sitting on somewhere, if you are standing, you are representing Vyasadev.
Okay.
You are sitting on Vyasasana. Hare Krishna. So I would like to start with a question. Here we are describing the different branches of Nityanand tree, like different devotees of Nityanand Prabhu. So my question to you all is, what is better, to become a devotee of Nityanand Prabhu or the devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Which one is more beneficial?
You cannot attain Gauranga without Nityananda.
Yes. So, who is better? Whose shelter is more secure?
Nityananda.
Actually, it is true. And Nityananda Prabhu is Adi Guru. Our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, they are all extension of mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So, in one way, we can also say that by taking shelter of Guru, without taking the shelter of Guru, one cannot get the mercy of Radha Krishna, Gaur Nitai. We can see from the example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or from Chaitanya Charitamrita also. There was one disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who went to South India Yatra with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And, first we'll talk about, there was one disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chota Haridas, who was living with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. You heard of him? Chota Haridas? Everybody must have heard of him. So, and what was his mistake? What he did?
To beg rice to
Begging rice was not a problem.
to go many times to this same woman.
Okay, you can go to one home many times. So another thing.
Because he was sannyasi.
Okay.
Because he was lusting his mind.
Yeah, he was looking towards that lady lustfully, and just because of that offense, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu abandoned him. Never accept. Like everybody tried their best to change the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityanand Prabhu, Paramanand Puri. Paramanand Puri was god brother of his spiritual master. Like generally, it is the etiquette that god brother or god sister of your spiritual master are to be considered on the same level of your spiritual master. So Paramanand Puri, and there was one more, Brahmanand Bharati, they are all disciples of Ishwar Puri, the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to consider them as his own spiritual master. Paramanand Puri and Brahmanand Bharati, they were all there in Jagannath Puri. They also, tried to change the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That, okay, it happens, mistake do happen. Why don't you accept him back? Nityanand Prabhu, everybody tried. Ramanand Rai, Swarup Damodar, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in one way kind of warned them, if you will persistent in trying to change my mind about Chota Haridas, I will leave Jagannath Puri and go and live in Alarnath. Alarnath is a temple some 50 kilometers from Jagannath Puri. It has 4-handed Vishnu Murti there. So actually there is a parallel drawn between Jagannath Puri and Vrindavan, because in Vrindavan, in Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath represents Krishna. And who is Radharani? Who is Radharani in Jagannath Puri? Who represents Radharani? Who? Who is in the mood of Radharani in Jagannath Puri? Subhadra. Who?
When we sing Subhadra's Vajra.
Balaram.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radharani. Whole day, all the internal pastimes of the internal mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes out, not on the streets. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't show any, signs of ecstasy or anything like that on the streets. He was not calling Krishna, Krishna on the streets of Navdeep or anywhere else. He showed those symptoms in his personal chambers of Gambhira. You been to Jagannath Puri, right? Prabhuji, you been to Jagannath Puri? You- Not yet. Anybody? Okay. So in Jagannath Puri, there's a very huge temple of Lord Jagannath, and Lord Jagannath Puri is not different from Dwarka. Krishna left Vrindavan, and he started living in Dwarka. But the mood of gopis, can gopis live with Krishna in Dwarka? So there is difference of bhav, difference of mood. In Dwarka, Krishna is in the bhav of Aishwarya. He's a king. He's wearing nice, silk garments, very nice ornaments, isn't it? But in Vrindavan, how Krishna used to dress up? Just like a cowherd boy, applying some sandalwood or some, different minerals, different soils. What Krishna used to eat, just like some flat rice, chida, and this was the food of Krishna. And in Dwarka, Krishna was eating such a lavish food. So gopis cannot tolerate Krishna to be in the mood of a king. They want to. That's why we celebrate Rath Yatra. Rath Yatra means drawing Krishna from Dwarka to Vrindavan back. And gopis do not like Krishna to be in the mood of a king. That's not their bhav. That's not their mood of serving Krishna. Their mood of serving Krishna is in Vrindavan bhav. So they want. That's why Jagannath Puri is like Dwarka. And what is the name of this place where they draw the chariot? No. In Jagannath Puri. Hare Krishna. Not. Yes, Gundicha Mandir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So yes, Gundicha Mandir. So Gundicha Mandir is like Vrindavan. So they try to pull his chariot from Dwarka to Vrindavan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he showed all his internal mood, internal, ecstasies when he was in Gambhira. He used to, show Ashta Sattva Vikar. All his joints open, his body expand, his all joints comes out. You might have seen your physiotherapy that at times your shoulder comes out of his socket, isn't it? So all the sockets of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the bodily features, his body become distorted. There are 8 symptoms of ecstasy that are shown. One who feels ecstasy, these symptoms are shown in his body, that his body starts sweating. He can laugh anytime. He can start anytime. He can start crying anytime. His joints got open. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed all his internal mood in Gambhira. He never showed it in public. Only very few people were able to see those symptoms, like Govind or Swarup Damodar Goswami, Ramanand Rai. So all these. So why I came here? So you can, until and unless you get the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu, you cannot approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You cannot get the mercy of Radha and Krishna also. There is a very nice Vaishnava song, Nitai Pad Kamala Koti Chandra Shushitar Je Jai Jagat Judai Heno Nitai Bina Bhai Radha Krishna Paite Nai Drida Kari Dharo Nitai Pai. The meaning is, unless one takes the shelter of the shade of the lotus feet of Nityanand, it will be very difficult for him to approach Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna will not come in our mind, they will not come in our consciousness until unless we will get the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu. If one actually wants to enter into the dancing party of Radha and Krishna, which everybody I think must want, he must firmly catch hold of lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. And for us, how we can do so? How we can catch hold of lotus feet of Nityananda?
By Guru.
Yes, by catching hold of lotus feet of his representative. Who will introduce us to Radha and Krishna. Can we approach Radha and Krishna directly? Not at all. You know, let's say, you are, Prabhuji is a married man, right, Prabhuji?
Formally.
Okay. Sorry for my ignorance. So even if you are, let's say you are living in your home and somebody knocked on your door and say, I am your very well-wisher friend. Please let me in. I will serve you, for all my eternity. Will you, believe that person? How can I believe you? You just appear to me just now. If somebody will recommend that person, no, I know this person. He really loves you. He really wants to serve you. Then only you will start believing and give him a chance. Similarly, nobody can approach, or Radha Krishna will not allow anybody to enter Vrindavan Dham until unless the Guru will recommend that person. And he is my man. He is my man. He is my soul. He is the soul under my shelter. And until unless we get the mercy of Guru Nityanand Prabhu, we cannot get the mercy of Radha and Krishna. The example is there in Chaitanya Chaitanya itself in Adi-Lila. You must have heard Raghunath Das Goswami. He was trying his best to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was son of a very great landlord. Their annual income was some 1,200,000 gold coins. He was such a rich person. And he tried his best to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like he tried many times to run away from the home. In Chaitanya Chaitanya it is mentioned that his father used to say that one time because he was running again and again from the home, his father appointed 11 people in his service to keep an eye on him. 4 servants, 4 bodyguards, 2 cooks and 1 pujari. That was the constant companion. Every moment of his life was guarded by these 11 people. No doubt in shifts. And again and again he used to run away from the home. And again these guards, these servants used to catch hold of him and bring him back. So one time his mother, asked his father that, why don't you just bind him with some chain? It would be a good idea. Just bind him with the chain and he cannot run away. So his father replied that, if the opulence like Indra and the wife like Apsara cannot bind him, do you think, some chains can bind him? So still, despite showing so much efforts, he didn't get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was not able to get the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was still stuck in Mayapur with his family and his duties. And so when we really want to get the mercy, when we really have this desire, then by seeing our sincere desire, sincere efforts, Krishna sent Guru in our life. Actually, Guru is not a middleman. At times people say that these gurus are like middlemen between me and Krishna. I don't want any. Especially in India, they have this sentiment that why do we need a middleman? I can directly approach Radha and Krishna. So actually, Guru is not the middleman. Guru is the person who removes what is there in the middle of you and Krishna. He is not in the middle of you and Krishna. He is there to remove whatever is there between the middle of you and Krishna. So, in the life of Raghunath Das Goswami, also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent Nityanand Prabhu. You must have heard this festival of Dahi Chida festival. Isn't it? The festival of, it is also called the festival of punishment. So, when Nityanand Prabhu, it is, I forgot the name. I visited that place. It is near to Kolkata. It is on the outskirts of Kolkata. It is just on the bank of river Ganges. Very beautiful place. I just forgot the name of this place. So Nityanand Prabhu was there, sitting with his associates, and Raghunath Das Goswami happened to come there. And as soon as Nityanand Prabhu saw Raghunath Das Goswami, he just shouted like, "You thief! You want to steal something which is mine?" And everybody got amazed, why Nityanand Prabhu is saying like this. but he's trying to steal. So Nityananda Prabhu clarified that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is my property. And you're trying to steal my property. You're trying to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You're trying to get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without getting shelter of me, without getting shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu gave him punishment that feed all the Vaishnavas. Feed all the Vaishnavas what? Chipped rice and soaked in milk, and chipped rice soaked in curd. They're very delicate, very nice food. Prashad, dahi chida and दूध चढ़ा. So why he did so? The question may arise, why he did so? Why? Because Raghunath Das Goswami was a very rich person, he could have do so. Why we believe, or why our culture is like, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned that these books are like law book for the next 10,000 years, isn't it? So suppose some 1,000 years, 2,000 years, 3,000 years down the line, if somebody will read Chaitanya Charitamrita, what he will read? Or these people were very fond of some food stuff. If you must have read in Chaitanya Charitamrita when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Advaitacharya invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at his home, it is mentioned that there were so many of food items. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, like hundreds and hundreds. We must have not heard of them also, but to talk of eating them. So why it is there? Because we try to please the Vaishnavas by offering them good food stuff. This is the idea behind it. And what Nityananda Prabhu did, he did something special. What he did, he made Raghunath Goswami arrange for everybody to have this nice food stuff. And once everybody was about to start, like it is an etiquette, till the time the senior most devotee do not eat, one should not eat. Like suppose we all are sitting and Maharaj is sitting to take prasadam, till the time Maharaj do not touch his feet with his mouth, one should not eat. That's the etiquette. So everybody was waiting. Everybody got 2 pots, 1 pot of curd and chipped rice, 1 pot of curd and chipped rice and milk. And Nityananda Prabhu didn't start eating, so nobody was eating. But what Nityananda Prabhu did, Nityananda Prabhu invoked the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. Not everybody could see that. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived there, he offered 2 pots to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate those pots, then Nityananda Prabhu started eating. Then all the Vaishnavas start eating. And when all the Vaishnavas start eating from their pots, what Nityananda Prabhu did, he stood up from his place and he made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat from the pots of all the Vaishnavas. So it might sound bizarre that why he did so, why he made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat from the pots of all those Vaishnavas, and then that offered food of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was eaten by all the Vaishnavas. The idea behind that was he wanted that all the Vaishnavas first get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They get empowered by eating the remnants of the food of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and once they become empowered, then they will empower Raghunath Das Goswami. This is the heart of the Guru, that he do not want only him to bless his devotees or his disciples. He wants everybody to bless his disciples. And this is the biggest, I heard it in one lecture that the biggest anxiety of a spiritual master is to leave behind untrained disciples once he left the planet. That's why he gave lecture, that's why he gave personal association, that's why he gave instructions, so that the disciples can follow those instructions and fulfill the mission of their life. So as a disciple, those of us who are already initiated, there's a great onus on us to try to reduce the anxiety of the spiritual master, not to increase the anxiety of the spiritual master by our actions. Jai Shri Radha Parisisvara, Jai Shri Radha Parisisvara Mandir. One should act in a way that will reduce the anxiety of the spiritual master. Actually, the anxiety of spiritual master is that we'll go back to spiritual world. He do not want money. He do not want any riches or anything, any name, fame. That's his anxiety. That these fallen souls that can be reclaimed by Krishna, they can again be united to the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. So these are my thoughts on this verse. Anybody has any comment, correction, questions?
So, Krishna Das Kaviraj, he made this, he explained the tree of Chaitanya Prabhu and after the tree of Nityananda Prabhu. But are they different? Because
Actually, it's just the mood that those who are devotees of Nityananda Prabhu want to live with Nityananda Prabhu. Like Prahlad Maharaj, will you find Prahlad Maharaj next to Radha and Krishna? He want to be with nothing there. Hanumanji want to always be with Lord Ram. So those who are devotees of Nityananda Prabhu, it's not that they do not worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but they worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Nityananda Prabhu. That's the difference of
this is an eternal position
Yes.
to worship Chaitanya through Nityananda. But some and the devotee of Chaitanya, they pass through Nityananda also, or not?
I don't think so. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is supreme.
So how is it possible for them? Because they are eternal associated.
That's their Chaitanya Mahaprabhu give them act as I think like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu act as guru for them also.
He made us
Guru and like
Acharya.
Acharya and Lord himself, supreme Lord himself.
Acharya.
And those who are like it's I would say it's symbiotic, that those who are devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the will of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, will also get the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu also. And then Nityananda Prabhu must be merciful to them also, because they are worship his own life and soul also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shri Gaura ki jai, Jai Prabhupada ki
Yes, Rasaparayana Prabhu ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.